I'm already connecting with them. The show's called Extra Connections, and we're already connecting. Off camera, we're already connecting. It's just that's why I do this show. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, folks. He's another Los Angeles native like myself. We're a rare breed who are here, still here, and in the business. And he's in the business. And I mean, this guy, of course, grew up in some similar areas that I did. Played professional football, which is I'm asking some questions about that too. That's a
Yeah.
rarefied air thing too. And he's an actor. I've been an actor for a while, and is in one of the hottest shows that just came back from. It feels like 30 years ago because all the strikes and everything and the pandemic. But he's in Stranger Things. Okay, folks, you guys know that show. That little show that's on Netflix. That little show.
Yeah, just a little bitty show,
Yeah, a
man.
little bitty show. So we're gonna talk to you, and he has. And I told him he has a $1 million watt smile. Sherman Augustus. Sherman.
Hey, what's crack-a-lackin'? How are you?
I'm fine. I was complaining to him this morning that it was 47 degrees here in England this morning, and I'm like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
47 degrees. I don't
Yeah,
live
well, same here in West Hollywood. I just turned my heat off just now.
Mine too.
Turned.
I'm not. That's not why I live here, though. I live here because it's warm. It's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It dropped. So I'm just complaining about that. But we're talking about life and the business, and we're talking about his projects. So I want to start with you, Sherman, first. This is how I want to start first.
Okay.
We put this off camera. We're both from South Central Los Angeles. Like I said, not far from each other. And for me, and everybody does their hometowns. They carry their hometown with them, whether you know it or not. You do. Wherever you grew up, you carry that with you through your life.
Trust me, I've taken it to Canada. I've taken it to Dublin, Ireland. I've taken it to.
Really? Right? No, right. See, you take it with you.
You take it with you.
What is one thing about bringing your hometown with you that actually serves you in your work?
Well, first of all, I want to represent properly. I don't want to, disrepresent where we come from and make us look like, okay, that's what this person from Detroit, that's the sensibility. No, I take a lot of how I was raised and, to communicate people properly to where they understand where I'm coming from and the things that I want to accomplish and the things that I want to do. And I'm always open and willing to learn and just show that just be a proper representative of LA, of South Central, because we get this stigmatism, like we gonna just walk out, be like, yeah, what's up? No, we're not all like that, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
but and I'm not saying anything negative or derogatory about that. It's just the simple fact of how I like to portray myself and where I'm coming from, because I'm pretty sure, same with you, that you're in a situation where you're the only African American. So.
Oh, Sherman, there were many times where I was the only black this, the only black that, the only person of color this.
Yeah.
Person of color that. Like there was not even nobody else.
Yeah.
And we had to walk into these spaces where you gotta be fully who you are.
Exactly.
But at the same time, watch how you are.
Exactly. So, and that follows me to this day while I'm sitting here talking to you, and it will follow me tomorrow also. Just be a proper representation of yourself, your people, and just what you represent, because I'm not only representing myself and you, I'm representing my mother, my father, my daughter, the guy who delivers my mail, that gentleman. So there's a representation thing. And I can say, honestly, there's no one who can step to the table and say he's like this or he's like that or he did this wrong. No one. Now, we were speaking earlier about agents and managers and that kind of thing. You have to get in the trenches with them because, again, it's just about making money and putting you in the box. But you have to let these people know, hey, this is where I come from. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. This is where my trajectory is. You have to do that. You have to communicate. So, and that's why I was mentioning earlier, I've probably been with almost every agency and management company in Los Angeles. Because, again, I just refuse to be boxed in. Because getting boxed in can cause you can work that way. But then on the other side of that, well, we saw him do that before. We saw her do that before.
Right.
So there it is right
I'm going
there.
to ask you, Sherman, about that. Okay, so because aren't you the product? And aren't you supposed to look out for your product, like to make sure that it's on the right shelves, the right eye level, right high? Like, I was thinking with that.
The brand, right?
Right.
All right. So you know, listen, I started in this business in 1821.
I was right there. Oh my God, me
You
too.
know what I mean? But it's one of those things where we didn't have all these tools back then.
No, no, not at all. Oh my
I
God, no.
I
You
relish.
remember newspapers, going back of newspapers? Remember penny savers, all that shit? I mean, I found jobs in the back of
Remember the Southwest Way?
Get the Wave. Yes. That's how I found some jobs sometimes and gigs sometimes. I go to the back of the paper and you'd find gigs.
You know, at Northwestern, you know, they were like, okay, we want to send this to your hometown newspaper, just that and the third.
Yeah.
And, you know, grandma and moms would get it. Oh, you're in the paper today. I'm like, yeah. You know, I was like, all right, all right. It wasn't the Herald Examiner, which has been gone,
I remember that
or
too.
the LA
I remember that too.
Times,
Oh my God, yes.
you know. So
Yeah.
these tools weren't around. So I really enjoy sometimes when you get a letter. Someone sends a letter to the agents or managers and they send it to you. It's already been open, you know,
Right.
and you look in it and you sign some stuff and sign some pictures and send it back. You know, that was cool. Now with social media, and there's nothing wrong with it, but people have access to a lot of information. And I don't mind about what we're doing or promoting something or whatever the case may be, a film, a television show, or, you know, I love my photography, so I'll post some stuff about my photography. But there's a place where it can go a little bit over the edge sometimes. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's what it is. So,
Well, you have to protect yourself. I mean, I think
you
all
do.
of us, we all you got to protect your likeness, your image, who you are, how you present. It's just life. You have to kind of, but in this business too.
There's that being relevant thing, be relevant and always be at this place and how many numbers you have, this, that, and the third. Look, to me, it's about the work. And I was just having this conversation earlier. Work begets work, but it's the right work.
Yes. Yes.
And not all money is good money. So I'm not just going to take something to go do it because I want to be happy. Regardless of what actors you're working with, the writers or the producers, for me, it's everyone else behind the scenes. It's makeup department. It's hair. Um,
The crew.
it's the crew.
Yes. And on
It's
the
it's
sets, doing all,
it's you know
yeah.
it's the wardrobe department. It's the
Craft
costume designers.
services. It's craft.
Those are the folks that I make friends with first.
Yeah, me
You know,
too.
especially costume department because they can give you some shoes and you'd be like, oh man, come on, man, come on. Oh, they didn't have those in your size. Okay, we'll get some tomorrow. Oh man, trust me. I've seen plenty of actors get tortured that way, and I'm like, you know, you could have got those shoes. I know, but you know what? They shouldn't have said what they said yesterday.
Yeah,
But
right, no, right. That's the and I was just had this conversation with another actor who was saying he kept saying, I don't know how people cannot be nice to the crew. And I go, I've seen it. I've seen it happen where they're
I've
not
seen it happen too. I've seen it
not.
happen too.
How you even mean hair and makeup? They gotta make you look pretty.
Exactly.
I'm like,
Exactly. And
I'm
there's
looking
always
at
something
really,
you need. There's always something you need. There's something that they're using that you go, oh wow, that product is great. And they have to order that product for you.
yes.
Like, especially if you're working overseas,
Yeah.
and they have to order that project and they can just like not, well, they're in back order. We'll
Yeah.
see. And next thing you know, 8 months later, you're rapping and it comes in, and I've seen
Of
that. I'm like,
course. Oh, me too. I've seen it. Uh,
oh,
now, one of the things I want to bring up, too, you said this, I was saying about our neighborhood. I just want one of the last things I just want to bring up about that. I want people to know too, you said this off camera. My grandmother lived in View Park, which is over here
yeah.
near me.
Okay.
And when I was growing up in the 70s days, every lawn was manicured, every house was painted, everything. They had these little houses, they're all cute. They had my grandmother had a garden in the backyard. She was in Louisiana. She had a garden in the backyard, a turtle walking around named Snapper. I just want people to know that even though there was shootouts and gangs,
Yeah.
the 54th
Yeah.
Street gang was there, Ingrid Pyroos around the corner. I mean, they were there, but there was still pride in your home. I just want people to think that South Central is just this, gang infested. Everybody's poor. Everybody's just like,
Yeah.
so I
No.
went to a gifted school called La Tierra. Like, there's some of us were smart. Some of us were
Yep.
good athletes. I mean, like it wasn't just this kind of like what they try to portray. They were all lazy and just
Yep.
drug addled. And I mean, there was a lot that went on that was actually beautiful,
It
right?
was very beautiful. I mean, that's what molded us.
Right.
And speaking of Latier, I see that's funny because I went to Santa Barbara elementary school and they changed it to King.
Yeah.
And we used to come over that way all the time. That's the reason why I went to Dorsey. I went to
Okay.
Dorsey for 2 years,
Okay.
and Coach Wine wanted to play Harold in my position because his brother went to the University of Houston, and they were going to, be the Harold brothers.
Oh
And
God.
they're playing DBs and stuff like that. So he moved me out of position. So I left and
Oh
went to Manual
yeah, man. My
and
mother went
graduated
there.
from
Manual
Manual.
arts.
Yeah, I went to Manual Arts and left Manual and went to Northwestern.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's one of those things that people have this misconception that it's just like, I'm going to the store. Okay, uh, put on your armor. Okay, honey, put on your armor. And remember, there's mine traps over there. And watch the barbed wire. and because they're out there.
Oh my
All
God.
right, and make sure you glance up, keep your eyes on the swivel, and make sure you're watching the roof lines and watch those windows. What? No,
Yeah, that's
no,
hilarious.
no,
Yeah,
no,
that
no.
was
It was not like that. Sorry,
but
sorry. And it's not now.
it's not, oh no, now it's not at all.
No,
It's oh,
it's there's a professor at USC bought our child at home because my mother wanted to sell the house and she moved to Chicago. We're all Angelinos, but my daughter went to my alma mater.
oh,
So she was like, okay, come her junior, senior year, I'm going to sell this place, move to Albany Park, and she's going to move in with me to make sure she
okay.
graduates. So, I'm like, okay, now she's like, hey, uh, I'm ready to get that down payment so I can get out of here and move to Vegas. I'm like, okay, mom, seems solid bean. We working on it. We gonna get it done. We gonna get it done. And we're gonna get you
I
out of there. Thank
retire
you
in
for doing
Vegas.
what
That's right, kids.
yeah, thank you for doing what you did. But everybody's over the hump. So seems solid beam. I'm going, okay, we'll get this done. So because I hear it almost on the daily. Yeah, it's getting cold. There's so much the other day she was like, there's so much snow on my balcony. I'm not going out there. I said, don't just leave it alone, Mom. Just leave it alone. Yeah, leave it
She
alone.
wants her joints to feel good. Put her in some hot weather. That's what she wants.
Exactly. So she's ready to go. She's I'm ready to get out of here.
And
I'm ready. I'm just letting you know. I'm just like talk to you later, son. Goodbye. Click clack.
I love
Ring.
all mothers. Oh my,
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
one too. I know. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God,
Yeah.
it's great. But that's the whole point. I think that's great that you.
It's very important. It's very important. And again, going back to what we were talking about before we started taping, um, you have to bring. I remember firing this one manager, and he had the gall to say to me, "Oh, you're firing me? I
Uh-oh.
I brought you out of the gutter." Oh yeah. So after I got back from Alpha Centauri, right? Because I nutted up 357 with a bologna sandwich, and you, I had to get him straight.
Yeah,
My
I'm
mother
sure. I'm
said
sure you did. No, I'm sure you. What I'm not
my
going
mother
to do is.
graduated from UCLA. Just all these things, and so sometime again going back to that, you have to reinforce the fact that we are all not from
Yeah, yeah,
Beirut.
yeah,
And nothing against Beirut, but
yeah,
back in the day, Beirut.
yeah. Now the next thing, there's two ways I wanted to go with this, but I think we'll wait for that till a little later. Okay.
Okay,
The next thing is sports
right.
because I want people to know it's not as easy as you think to get into the NFL. There are 10, 100 million thousand schools out there, high schools, that think all their athletes are good, right? Across the country. There's only so many teams across the country. And LA didn't even have a team anymore for like 20 years. They didn't even have a team. Now we do.
Yeah.
Now we do. But I'm going to ask you because you played for the Vikings and the Chargers, correct?
hmm In Denver.
And okay, Broncos. I didn't see that part. Broncos. But even regardless of which team, I'm very impressed that you got into the NFL.
Right.
Because I want people to know it's not easy. Can you just talk a little about that? It's not easy. Everybody thinks they're good, right? Everybody
Yeah.
thinks they're great. There's only so many slots you can get in
Yeah.
NFL, right?
Right. Yeah, there's so exactly because I remember hearing that one day from one of my coaches that there was X amount of jobs at that time, X amount of jobs, X amount of teams. There's
Right.
X amount of athletes that will get an opportunity to
Actually, play,
uh,
right?
either
Actually,
get drafted or free agent shots. All
yes.
right. So each when I got into the league, it was a free agent shot.
Okay.
Um, and I in my junior year, I led the nation in tackles, but I went to Northwestern, right? So, and it wasn't that we were getting blown out or anything like that. I like to hit people. I just love. I would. So my junior year, I had 95 tackles. I ended the season with 95 tackles and 6 interceptions. And then the senior year was 90 tackles and 5 interceptions, right? Okay. So all league each year. Um, I could have went to SC UCLA, but I was going to get redshirted because at SC it was Dennis Smith, Ronnie Lott.
My cousin. Yep. Ronnie.
UCLA was Brian Baggett, a really good friend of mine, Bobby Hosea, who played corner,
Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
and Kenny Easley played free safety. I played free safety.
Okay.
So Jed Hughes was the defensive backfield coach at UCLA, and that recruitment didn't work out. So I went to Northwestern. So when I got traded to the Vikings, Jet Hughes was our defensive backfield coach, so I got a chance to play. Yeah, it worked out. It worked out. And he and Frank Gilliam,
Oh yeah, no, no.
player personnel director, Joe Gilliam's brother, um, really fought for. They were trying to fight for me the first year. My roommate went to the Vikings. He got traded to Seattle, and then that whole thing. And just a wonderful experience, but it is hard, And I played under Bud Grant, and Bud Grant
Oh,
was
yeah. Yes.
hard nosed, baby, hard nosed. Great athletes on that squad. Um,
The Vikings were
great,
good for a while. The Vikings were really good for a while.
yeah, for a while. Very good coaching staff.
Yeah.
Great players. Uh, played with Ahmad Rashad and
Oh
Tommy
yeah.
Kramer. Really great place to be at that time, and especially in Minneapolis. It was cool. The music was great.
Of course. Hello. Of course.
It was great. Uh, but I knew that, I'm like, you know what, man, you're an actor pretending to be an athlete.
Ooh, interesting. Now, why do you phrase it
So
that? Why do you phrase it
yeah,
that way?
so I'm just looking at these things and watching people get hurt and with injuries that probably they're not going to be able to do much later on in their life or
Right. Right.
yeah, I've seen it. We don't I've seen
I've
face
seen it
masks
too. I've seen
get.
it too.
A
Yeah.
buddy of mine's got hit so hard on a crackback that they had to cut the face mask off, excuse me, and it looked like he got shot in his face. He's got this scar there, broke his cheekbone, did a whole bunch of damage to his orbital socket, and yeah, I remember Nate Balzer got his foot twisted all the way around. I had a concussion.
Oh,
And I'm on the sideline and I'm watching this, and I think it's the funniest thing I ever seen, but it wasn't because his foot got turned all the way around, and they had to jam his foot into a bucket
oh,
and
Jesus.
then airlift him out. And I'm on the sideline, ha, yeah,
Oh,
ah. This is at Northwestern. I'm like, ah. Yeah, I think it's the funniest thing, but my mind was gone.
yeah.
Uh, and again, having concussions and not having a protocol back in those days,
Yeah.
um, and going home and being light sensitive and can't eat, and
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that whole thing, and the vertigo and all that kind of stuff,
Oh, yeah. Oof.
and and not going to the doctor because we were taught bend but don't break,
Of course. No, of course. Of course.
bend but don't break.
Oh,
So after my knee surgery, I called the agent up. I'm like, hey man, I'm out.
okay.
What do you mean you out? I'm like, I'm out. I'm an actor. Called my acting agent. Hey, so when I get my leg out the cast, because don't worry, I got you. And I just started out in commercials and did a ton of those and did extra work on a few things because I wanted to learn the business. And my first film was Colors.
Okay, stop there. I wrote this down. I said, Homeboy was in Colors.
Yeah, man.
Nightmare Walking. It's like I love.
Yeah.
The great film. First of all, and people we know the song, of course. I see that. That's why I did this quote. I love the song, but the film is actually really good. I saw it like about a year ago. I had seen it in a long time,
Oh, really?
and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty good." I forgot. I saw it when it came
Yeah.
out, obviously, but I was like, "This is pretty good." Actually, I mean, it gets overshadowed a little because of the song. It's a big.
Right. Right.
The movie
Right.
itself was about that time period. It was like it was about the tensions and that just right.
Right.
Woo.
Very interesting fact about that. The night before I auditioned, I watched Blue Velvet.
Oh, David Lynch.
Right. And David Lynch, but Dennis Hopper killed it.
He did.
Killed
Oh,
it.
he
Now
did.
I didn't
Oh,
know.
totally. Oh, yeah, did totally.
I didn't know Dennis was directing. So I
Oh,
get over to the studio. I'm sitting there and I look up and he's walking through the door and he nods. How you doing? I'm like, oh shit. I'm sorry. It's the well-dressed man, right? And he laughed. But I was like, because his performance had just put this, it was just etched in my mind, his performance, you know. And so I go in and I read and we have a little conversation. Then the next thing I know, I'm at his house doing the big read through with everyone. And it was my first film, Don Cheadle's first film, Glenn Plummer's first film. It was a lot of first films for these guys. And I got to say, everybody brought it.
sure.
Everybody brought it in that film. And everybody there, you know, has a career from that film.
Yeah. Don Cheadle, folks, was a dancer for Jodeci for a while. I remember that in the videos. Then people don't understand either. Dennis Hopper was also another kind of West Side LA guy. I mean, he's
Yep.
another
Yep.
Venice, Santa Monica. He's a very much an LA guy too. So I can
Yep.
see why you guys got along. I can see
Yeah,
why.
we did it. We did a read through at his Venice property,
Yep.
you
Figured.
know.
Figured.
So it's just, man,
I
what
know.
a great film.
It's a great film. Like I said, I saw it a year ago and I got to see it. So I didn't realize you were in it. So now I got to look at it again.
Oh,
See, I can
yeah,
recognize which one you were in there.
yeah.
But Colors was good. But we also, you and I have somebody in common also. I saw this in another interview, mentioned him. And he went to high school with me, and then he's a couple years younger than me. And I actually saw him before he passed. That's John Singleton.
Yes.
So tell us what your connection to John Singleton is.
John, okay, it was always a running kind of thing. We would always run into each other. But, you know, I'm the kind of guy, I don't bird dog anybody about anything. You know what I do. You know, I'm an actor, but I'm not going to bird dog.
Right.
But it was always cool to bump into him and then talk about film.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just film itself, how to shoot it, you know, how to lay these things out, how to get the sun right if you're working with natural stuff. And to do genius, genius, just genius. And just picking up those kind of things. You know, now it's different because you know everyone's working on with in the digital age, which is fine. I love it because I like to work fast. I'll tell the director straight out, 3 takes.
Okay,
Okay, we'll see.
are you a one take Johnny? Are you one of those kind of like
Oh
just
yeah, I'm one of those guys. You know, because no take is the same. There's nothing more satisfying than to be going home or going back to wherever you're staying if you're on location and go, man, you know, you're really crazy. You know, you're really because you want to surprise yourself. And you learn that by watching other great actors and watching these things. And then I tell young actors all the time, it's about behavior, 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 behavior. It's all about that. So, you know, these conversations with John, it would be about, you know, framing stuff up, this, that, and the third. And we will kind of get around to just behavior as far as actors are concerned and where they're coming from, where they're going, and how you build that character.
yeah.
You know, and he definitely, I just saw an old interview with AJ, and she was talking about the scene where her and Tyrese walk out and he's in the kitchen cooking and he's, you know, but that was John's idea, you know, and then, you know, then it was like, yeah, that's cool. And that's what I do. I always involve myself by knocking on that director's door or when I get to set, you know, try to get on set earlier and say, this is what I'm thinking, XYZ, Scooby Dooby Dooby. And yeah, you're right. Okay, cool. Because it'll make it go quicker. And if I'm not hitting that behavioral beat, you can remind me. I remember once on the Mexican, I got to work and Julia and I were getting on the elevator at the same time. I always give everybody space, no matter if we cool, chummy, whatever. I'm going to give you that space. And I kind of saw in her face that she came to work ready. She goes, hey. And I go, hey. And I'm like, okay, I can feel this. So, she had her two bodyguards, and I kind of like melted in the back, into the elevator. And so when the doors opened, Gore was standing there. Gore Verbinski was standing there. And he said, I got an idea. Remember when you said XYZ Scooby Dooby Dooby Doo? And she goes, yeah, now she's fighting back those tears right then and there. Because I got to, we were all throwing her around. Gandolfini threw her around, Pitt threw her around. We were all throwing. And she was like, look, I got these bruises. I'm cool. The more you give me, the less I have to work.
That's a smart thing though.
So, when I have to slam her against that wall, I'm
Right.
slamming. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, Jesus, I hope I didn't break the $20
Right.
million woman, but she's in the mix, man. So there's actors out there that are like that.
Yeah.
So I just remembered when we were getting off that elevator that Gore said that to her. And I'm like, okay, that's the key, man. That's the key. That's the key to help you, get that particular character off the page.
Yes.
You have to do that.
But see, the director is so happy for you. The producers are so happy because you're prepared, number one.
Yes.
You're
Oh, yeah.
you're showing that you care, number two. And whatever shortcuts things that could work will save them money, save
Yep.
time, help the budgets. It's a very pronged approach, right?
Yes. Yes. And you form these relationships, you form these friendships that will last. If you run into these people on the streets, they're going to want to have a conversation with you and find out how you doing, how your family's doing and all that, because you had such a wonderful experience when you were shooting that particular project. And that's just been my MO from day one. There was nothing more satisfying than to show up the set and crew members go, oh, we getting out of here. Sherman's here today. That's right. That's right. And I'm like, I got you. I got you. I don't care if it's a fight scene that we're doing in Badlands and it took 8 days to shoot, or Max Z for Stranger Things. It doesn't matter what we're doing. I'm coming to work prepared, and especially when you have these 3 a.m. pickup times and that kind of stuff. Like, okay, I'm gonna just go to work. I'm gonna do what I need to do, get it done, so we can move on. We all have lives to do,
Yeah.
and still not miss a beat. Still be there. Still uh, bring that character off the page, and help other actors, and be helped.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. It's a job, man. It's a job.
It can be
It's a
fun,
job.
folks. And I tell you, because I've done a few acting things, but you
Uh-huh.
guys are the stars. But you're right. People really do remember how you make them feel and how you work. So I remember I went onto a set and the whole cast was like, "Oh, we saw your name on the call sheet. We're so excited." There's nothing better to hear that, right? So you hear that, you're like, "Oh, James Audrey's coming. Oh my God, it's gonna be so funny. It's gonna be so good." And that made me come in going, "Oh, I gotta be really ready," and
Yeah.
show them James
Yeah.
Jr. And in
Yeah.
the performance. And we did. We had a good time. And there was our show called Studio City. We had a good time.
Yeah.
But I like that whole thing you said about it's how you make people feel.
Yeah.
And do you show up on time? Do
Show up on time. Show up
you
on
know your
time.
lines? Do you know your lines? It's all that's what counts, right? And you get hired over and over. Why do some people work all the time?
And I make sure that when I step on set, I speak to everybody.
Yes.
Everybody, no
Yes.
matter how I'm feeling or where I need to go emotionally, I'm speaking to everybody.
Yes.
And then it's just over there. Okay, so what are we doing? Okay, fine. I'm gonna stand right here. Okay, cool. That whole thing. And then we get into it. And again, like I said, I will knock on every director's door and have these conversations with them. I have very, 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 very interesting conversation with Frank Dearbon. Um, I'm such a fan of his work.
Yeah, but he's around
And
forever too. Wow. Okay.
yeah, and I had a wardrobe call that day. Well, it was just a wardrobe fitting. And so our first AD, her name escapes me, but she was basically uh first AD in his blocks specifically. And she goes, "Oh, Sherman. I mean, hey, how you doing?" So we met. Sorry, I don't know, remember your name. And she goes, "Frank would love to meet you." I'm like, Frank. Okay, I knew guest director. I'm like, okay, cool. All right, Frank. So I'm walking down the hallway and walk past Sean Levy's office, and I look in, Sean's out there, he's shooting something. And I walk to Frank's door and it said Frank Dearbon. And I'm like, oh man, I just started melting, and me and Frank just hit it off right off the top. And we had that section to where we had two strikes, the writer strike and the actor strike.
Oh yeah, I was there for that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had this opportunity now I was using that to rewire exactly where um, Jack Sullivan was coming from. He's not that Jack Sullivan we saw a couple of months ago in the
Right. All
timeline of
right.
the show. There's something different now. I see what's going on, this, that, and the third. And so we chit chatted about a lot of stuff, and I brought up a lot of ideas. And because I spoke to a lot of military, ex-military, and
Oh.
active military colonels, I always do my research. And knowing that they were bringing in Linda Hamilton, I knew we were going to but I'm like, you know what? My concern isn't even with her. She can come in, she can do what she wants to do. My concern is finding out what's happening in Hawkins. Bad guys beware if you're the bad guys. Loving, if okay, I want, let's find out if you're good or bad. But now I have this responsibility of this whole town. And I have these men in this company and all these expensive things that the government has, given me. And so I spoke to one retired lieutenant colonel who said, "Yeah, anytime I have a beef with someone, or we have this thing where it's this who's got the authority, there's a salute that you can give them, and it's kind of like a FU salute where you do your salute and you pivot, you turn, and you slap your ass. That means kiss my ass." So Frank was like, Frank's a military dude. He's like, "Oh my God, yeah, yeah." But I did it. I did it a different way. It's in the hallway with me, Manny, and Linda, and we're doing this whole thing. And I gave it a salute, but just I gave her half of it. But uh, there's something coming up in the next half that I went to set, and I was speaking with Frank, and he totally blew me out the water. He said, "You're right about all those things, but he's also having a come to Jesus moment." And I'm like,
Okay. We like that.
so that's what I mean about the collaboration, because that's what it is. It's collaboration. So I take that into each and everything I do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
but you guys, this cast, you watch the kids grow up. I mean, they're growing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are like a family of some sort. You guys are part. See, you again, rarefied air. Again, you're part
Yeah.
of a show that's a cultural hit. It's
Yeah.
a hit. It's on streaming, folks, which is like not on network, but it
Yeah.
became so huge. I
Yeah.
mean, we've been all waiting for season 5 and this final. We've been waiting
Yeah.
for.
Oh, man, they haven't even started. I mean, they're going to throttle up. It hasn't even started good yet. One thing I noticed, I really liked watching Winona and Finn and Noah take the little kids and take them under their wing. And, it's kind of cool to see that generation taking this new generation under their wing and just giving them the knowledge and the information about just being in this business and knowing that their characters and knowing what's going on with this show. It was really cool. And they were all so just what really well groomed actors, and it was fun to watch. It was really fun to watch, and those kids have no egos, and it was just really cool feeding off their energy because they have that energy because we're going to shoot them out first because we're shooting at night. They had to be gone by 11 o'clock, by 11 p.m. So their energy was great. So it helped us with our energy for the rest of the night or the rest of the morning.
I know basically, like, well, yeah, morning, night, whatever it is.
Oh yeah, oh
Um,
yeah, oh yeah,
I want to ask you this question because I like to ask this question.
yeah.
Is Lieutenant Colonel Jack in relation to you? Is he a brother, friend, alter ego? What
He's
what when you
he's
look at it, what
definitely
is he?
he's definitely an alter ego. There's moments because that's the reason why I was saying for me, there's always got to be a connection to where I can find a balance between um, behavior that's not real and behavior that's real. So the first thing I do all the time is I let that character evaluate me. So I will walk around and I will let him ask me, "What have you been through in your life to get me off the page, man?" And then we start arguing. We start going at it. And then he'll say, "Okay, on that line of XYZ, since you know how that feels, that's what you need to use. Okay, you never, pulled out a gun and shot anybody, but you know how it feels to want to. So why are you tripping? You know how it feels to drive the car like this. So why are you tripping? That's what I need when you say that line. And then it becomes easier and easier. And then before you know it, it's just the behavior because everything we accumulate as actors, every technique that we learn, there gets to a point for me personally, it goes out the window. It becomes instinct.
Okay.
As long as I had that, let that character meet with me and chit chat with me, yeah, it's a wonderful thing. I'll tell you a quick story, real quick.
Please, please.
We're shooting lanterns, and and for some reason, every time I went to set, I was wondering why I was feeling a certain kind of way. It's making me make me cry right now thinking about it. Um, I was feeling a kind of way because they built a 1920, 1919 craftsman style home that looks just like mine that I grew
Oh,
up in. So you know where I'm going with this.
yeah, I do.
So production and set design, I don't know, they must have snuck in my house. And it was the wallpaper in the hallway, the bedrooms, the hardwood floor, everything inside and outside was just detailed as a beautiful craftsman home. So we're shooting this scene, the last scene, and I'm in the kitchen. I'm asking myself before we start rolling, and I'm asking myself, why do you feel this way?
Yeah.
Don't block it. And I look down and I'm looking at the tile and everything, and I walk into the breakfast room, and I'm like, it's just like my house. And the scene is, I'm not going to give away the scene, but Aaron's coming in, and we have this thing, and Alex said action, and I didn't let it go. The most powerful thing is to just keep those tears in your eyes. And he wanted us to ad lib this whole thing
Oh,
at the end. And so it was just so easy to do. And I remember I walked in, we had rehearsed it, we had shot a take,
okay.
which was great. And we're on the second take, and I'm like, okay, I need this. Let's get this done. And I put that in my eyes, and I'm feeling this whole thing, and it was the house, man. I didn't have to reach for nothing. I didn't have to go back and start thinking about anything. It was the environment.
Yeah.
And so those are the moments where you feel as a performer, as an actor, you have arrived, where you don't have to go reach for something, where everybody has to be quiet. Actors try to act good. The actor's over here. Ah! No, no. The actor saw something that made that actor do that. And it took me back to when Julia walked on, we walked into the hotel, we got on the elevator, and then I understood where she was coming from. I understood. Now, I don't know how many years ago that was, but these things accumulate, and you get to a point where when you want to have accessibility to these feelings and these emotions, it's right there. It's not buried underneath the surface. It's just skin, very skin deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, one of the things that you've done so many different projects. For my soap opera fans,
Oh, yeah.
they gotta know he did a stint as Detective Weber Young a couple of years ago on Young and the Restless.
Yes.
One of the things I want to ask you, because Young and the Restless is such a beloved soap in the Black community.
Right.
Our aunties and everybody knows Victor Newman. Victor
Yeah.
Newman.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's my buddy.
Yeah.
He's actually my buddy. Eric Braden's my
Oh,
buddy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Eric Braden and I just ran into Peter Bergman
Oh yeah,
over at the Grove the other day.
yes,
Like Peter. It's like, ah,
yeah.
yeah.
Because I noticed some
Um,
folks follow you. My friend Michelle Stafford, who plays well, she followed me.
Michelle, but see, that's how it happened. We were in class together. Michelle goes, "Hey,
Oh,
Sherm." She had a party, and she goes, "Sherm." So they're casting this character. I'm like, all right, well, look, Michelle, I'll give you my reel, and you can give it to the folks. So she said, okay, cool. So got the call. So I ended up doing the show, and I did the show for 4 years,
yeah,
constant, consistent. But I was able to do other things. I was offered a contract, but um, I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to keep going. I love independent films. I love uh, and that's where I made my bones at in
yeah,
independent films because I just love the spirit of it. Creatively, it's a place where you can live and just come up with these great ideas. You have people who are on the rise, and it just everybody's out to just do it, especially if the budget's tight.
yeah,
I just love that. And I was, man, I love that show. It was, and trust me, soap operas are hard.
I know. I keep trying to tell people. I'm trying to tell. It's not easy, right? Tell them.
Soap operas are hard, especially if you're a trained actor. And again, you're searching for the right behavior. And it's no joke. I've seen actors have meltdowns on set. Uh, coming from film and regular television, an insert is Sherman opens the door, walks in, no dialogue. And I remember uh, I got an email saying, excuse me, we're going to shoot some inserts for show XYZ tomorrow. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I go to work. I already had 10 pages. I get to work and they hand me 20 pages.
Of course, that's
And I'm
right.
like, wait. Who did not fax this or email this to me? Who's responsible? Oh, I see what you're trying to do. You want to see Sherman have a meltdown. Oh, no. This is where Sherm gets real cool. This is where Sherm turns Sherm dog. So what do? Because I've seen this happen before.
I'm
I'm
sure.
there at 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
I go to everybody. I say, hey, listen, I don't know who's involved or who was supposed to do this, but I was supposed to get these 20 pages earlier. But it's okay, right? And they just thought I was going to come in here.
All
You
right.
know, I'm like, no. I tell you what, if you will allow me to do this right after lunch, I'll be ready.
Okay.
And guess what? I went and did that
I know you
after
did.
lunch
I know you did.
and knocked it out the box and did it like I was doing a film,
Yeah. I
not
know you did.
a soap opera.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you where I learned that from. Okay. So I'm working with the great Cicely Tyson.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I'm shooting Touched by an Angel. I get off the plane and I see Cicely walking through, and I'm like, no. No one told me this. No one told me
Did he
Cicely
tell
was
you?
playing. They didn't tell me Cicely was playing my mother.
What?
So now I'm like, I'm not sleeping.
Of
I'm
course.
not doing it.
Hello.
I'm like, I'm
Right.
sweaty all into the arms. I'm just like, I'm
Wow.
like, okay. And it was myself and Janelle Kennedy. And we shot a couple of stuff, and we're working with Tim Van Patten.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And we shot this scene, and so we're moving so fast. And Tim goes, we'll shoot the stuff that we're going to do tomorrow. We'll shoot it today. And she did not. They were rewriting her stuff, and so she didn't have it. So she goes, okay, well, I don't have those pages. So now me and Janelle, we're like, you don't mess with our lady like you don't mess with our
Right.
queen like that. So she goes, no, I got this.
Oh.
Give me a couple of minutes. Give me an hour, and I'll have it done. All
Okay.
right. So we went on ahead and shot some other stuff. She came back 25 minutes later, and we were going to break for lunch. She came back 25 minutes later with the most beautiful cursive handwriting I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
She wrote down 3 pages. She wrote it down, memorized it, came in, knocked it out the box. Janelle Kennedy and I looked at each other and we really questioned ourselves. And Janelle said, and we want to be actors? How do you do that? Seriously.
Right.
We were like dumbfounded.
Right.
We were like, how do you do this? How do you do this? So going back to Young and Restless, I remember that lesson. Just give me some time. I'm a professional actor.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste anybody's time. You won't have to worry about the cue cards and all that kind of stuff. I got you. And
Okay.
came back and did it.
I
So
believe.
I was like, yeah, I looked at everybody and said, seam, solid beam, baby. That's what you
Yeah, but
do.
the thing is, I think when it comes what you do, I've done a lot of live television where you have to on the fly. I mean, what we do, we are the product. We are the conduit between the fans and the people who work behind the scenes, right?
Right.
So we have a job to do. You have a
Right.
job, I have a job to do. I think what makes me why I'm now your new fan is that you have a similar thought like I do. It's like I have a job to do. I can do it.
Yeah.
Here are some of the parameters. But I'll get it together because I have a job to do. This is what I
Good
do.
job. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? But I said, but everybody has that mindset. They will have the meltdowns and go crazy and how you dare you do this to me and why is this happening to me? Like the whole mind. But you're like me where we go, no. This isn't happening to me. This is happening. And so now what am I going to do about it? Right?
Right.
You sound like that kind of person. Go ahead, please.
Right. It goes back even to football. You study what your opponent's going to do, and they might line up that way, but they may not run that play. So you have to be quick on the fly. If I'm a secondary field man, our primary fill man. If it's running, if they're going off tackle, we're studying up front. I got to do that. If I read run, whatever the case may be, it's the same thing, right? And this is the reason why I tell young actors, if you can, well, stay in a class and don't stay in one class for more than 2 years. Go somewhere else. Because again, reiterating, you're going to start using that technique that is just personal to you, and you're going to be pulling that up. Um, there's not much theater here, but I advise them to get in a improv group.
Oh yeah.
Right. I did improv theater for 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's where all that comes from. It
Got it.
comes from you, so you can let these things fly from your cerebral cortex. There is no stopping anything. It's always yeah. That is what it is. Is what it is.
Yes.
You know, your uncle's a flying donkey. Yes, he is. And he works for American Airlines, and you keep it going. There's no. So it's the same thing. When you're across from Oliver Platt and you know that he's going to go off book,
Oh, of course.
right? It's just, he almost got me one time.
Okay.
We were shooting this David S. Goyer film, Zigzag, based off of a real story out of this young kid who had autism down in San Diego. And we're shooting that film, and I come in and I question him about there's a theft in his restaurant, and I catch him and Natasha Leone having this conversation. And so I walk in to conduct some more interviews. And so the line is, "So who was that?" His line back to me was,
Uh-oh.
"She's my sister's cousin's little brother's niece."
Yeah. Good.
And yes, detective, I'm married and I'm her, right?
All righty.
You know, any other questions? Sherlock homie,
Oh my God, that's good. That's good. I like that.
right?
Okay.
So
You're standing there going, okay, got it.
so I guess David played us both because David had him do that, and David told me slam him against the wall. So now I don't hit, because I'm almost gonna break because
Yes.
I love that man. That man is funny as all get out, and he's fast and he's quick.
Yeah.
I grabbed him by the collar and threw him against the wall, and I said, "Listen to me." I said, "Listen to me, Mister."
Yeah.
Right? And so I had to say my stuff, and Mister MFer wasn't in there, but
Oh, okay.
it
Okay.
it just it just
It came out. I mean,
it just came out, right? And then when he yelled cut, we all just fell out. I think we laughed for like 45 minutes. It was just so freaking funny because Oliver's like that. And the same with Nick Frost.
Oh,
You can't play around with Nick Frost.
okay.
Nick Frost will burn you.
Yeah.
Nick Frost will burn you, and you got to be in. You got to be in the moment because he would do something, and you don't want to break. It's crazy. I love actors like that.
Me too. I could talk to you forever, but
Hey man.
I got another interview to do after this. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. I just want to talk to you for like 2-3 hours.
Oh man, we have to do it again.
Yes, no, definitely. You're
We
welcome
have to do it again.
anytime. No, anytime. You're welcome back.
Thank you.
It was a
Thank you.
pleasure connecting with you on Extra Connection, Sherman Augustus. Folks, he's in the new Stranger Things. So and it's 2 parts, folks. So there's a part
Yeah.
out now, 3 episodes, and the 3 episodes coming out at Christmas. So I'll put it in the description, folks. Just so you guys are like, I can't remember. I know it's confusing. It's there.
Yeah. It's what it is,
It is what
But
it is.
thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I really do.
My pleasure. You have a new
It
friend
was
now.
it was painless, man. It was painless.
Hey, it was painless. Okay, so Sherman, tell them where they can follow you on social media if they want to talk to you.
You can follow me on Instagram at ShermGus and also Facebook, and I'm on Threads. You can follow me. I'm around. I'm
Right.
around.
He's around.
I'm
And
around.
he's for hire too. And
Yeah.
New York Stage, folks. He'll fly to New York. Come on, when you want to, he'll come out there, right?
I'll come out to New York.
Sure, he'll go there. Yes,
Absolutely.
he's an actor. He's an actor.
An
That's right.
actor. Yes, that's what I am. An actor. Yes.
Yes. And I'm James Lott Jr. You can follow me where all James Lott Juniors are. At James Lott Jr., I'm everywhere. Also, TikTok, everything. I'm all over the place. But it's super simple for you guys. Extra Connections on Facebook. Make sure you follow us there too. And just again, as I always end these kind of shows, I'm very happy because the world's about connection. We've lost a bit of that during the pandemic and other things. I'm trying to bring that back. This show is 9 years old, and I'm so proud.
Congrats.
Thank you. I'm so proud to still be doing this. And I'm proud
Yes.
to be here too. And I'm proud to be
Yeah.
people Still
We
connect.
know. Yeah, and for me, folks like you, it just makes everything just so worthwhile, man. So thank you so much because I love sitting down and having a conversation. This wasn't an interview; it was a
Oh, thank
conversation.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
So, folks, support it. Go watch Stranger Things. See you next time.
Please. All right.